Welcome back to another episode of Britt and Nick Do the News. We are winding down summer as we pass Labor Day, but let's recap the weather. It was the hottest summer on the books. Specifically, Phoenix broke its 100-day of consecutive 100-degree weather, which resulted in 150 heat-related deaths.
The weather is no joke, be it storms, be it extreme heat. Everyone got to be careful out there. And I'm sorry for Phoenix. Arizona's always been hot, but dang, this climate change really taking a toll.
Another hot topic that's coming up, the presidential debate, which will take place on September 10th at the Philadelphia National Convention Center. It will be at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and air on ABC News. You can also catch it on Disney Plus and Hulu. Interesting mentions is that Meek Mill would like to perform Dreams and Nightmares at the debate, which was a song that came about after Trump's assassination attempt. Everyone assumed that he was endorsing the former president, but Meek Mill was just kind of reflecting on societal news and reflecting on the incident.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Meek Mill, Philly native. And I wonder how far the convention center is from Kensington and Allegheny. Why don't the potential, nominees go slide over there and see what's really popping? Philadelphia is one of the rowdiest cities around. It is actually the biggest open air drug market in the entire world.
Wow. The things you should know. Some other things you should know. Tim Walz's family, they posted on social media that they are giving their 2024 vote to President Trump. If that doesn't say something, I don't know what does. I'm just kind of wondering, why the bad blood?
Yes, agreed, girl. That seems odd. I mean, it's one thing to be like, hey, look, we prefer someone else's policies and we're going to vote that way. But to line up in a photo with Trump 2024 gear, full well knowing your biological relative is the opposing nominee, oof. Wonder what happened there. Or maybe nothing at all. Could be nothing. Still odd, though. Still odd. I know I'd be sad if my family did that to me.
Oh, definitely. I mean, I couldn't imagine what happened behind the scenes, but I do know what's being aired, and that's pretty much Walz's financial records. He has no stocks, no bonds, doesn't own his house, is dipping into his 401k to pay off his daughter's education. Maybe they're kind of like, this isn't the man that should be running the country based on economics.
Girl, I hear that. But you know what, Nick? Trump actually had 4 bankruptcies. So what we really should do is stop playing around with these people that don't know what they're doing with their money. It's a little sad. It's like the blind leading the blind. Thanks for helping us be financially secure. Get your own crap together before you try to tell us what to do.
Another mention of Trump this week, he is going to release the Epstein files if he is elected president.
Oh, is he now? I'd love to see the list, but I don't know if Trump really should release the list because his name will probably be on it. Probably. Oh. And then did he do it? I think Diddy will be on there as well. And if Diddy's on there, I mean, you might as well pencil in Meek Mill. He's probably trying to get ahead of this shit before anything gets more rowdy.
Definitely. But you know who secretly backs Kamala? Putin. He just loves her infectious laugh. And he says he gives her his support, which is kind of weird since, Trump was his homeboy back in the day.
Yeah, Nick, that's pretty random. I don't know if that's some awkward maneuver to try to get us to keep guessing. But honestly, you can't figure out what's going on in that guy's mind. He is nuttier than a squirrel turd, and I think we all know it.
Oh, definitely. Putin actually visited Mongolia this week, which is part of the ICC country. And, there is an international warrant out for Putin's arrest due to war crimes. And Mongolia should hold him hostage and turn him over so he could, go on trial and face the world. But Mongolia is like, no, we don't bite the hand that feeds us. So they welcomed him with open arms. And you can just see pictures of both of the leaders smiling.
Interesting. It's kind of sad that you gotta lose your moral compass in order to get fed, but I mean, I'm not in that situation, so I can't particularly speak on it, but at the same time, I'm on Britain Nick, so of course I will. It's a bad move, Mongolia. You guys weren't painted in the greatest light in Mulan, and you ain't being painted in the greatest light right now. So maybe reconsider. Probably not, because who doesn't enjoy a bowl of soup? But come on, y'all.
Back to support of Putin and Kamala, it was kind of obvious. It came out also this week that if you were to ask the Amazon Echo Dot or Alexa, why should I vote for Trump? She clearly states that she doesn't have a political bias and that she won't see anything. But if you ask her if you should vote for Kamala, she gives you a list of how basically the country will be better.
Okay. That seems a little slanted, wouldn't you say? I guess we know where Bezos stands at this point, correct?
Bezos definitely is standing behind Kamala. And you know what? I guess got to even things out because we got Elon Musk fully supporting Trump. He's even releasing past X posts that Kamala has put out. I think I saw one that said illegal immigrants are not criminals.
Interesting. Now, technically, we all know you can't call humans illegal, and we understand that portion, but you can understand also that the way they enter the country is illegally. So maybe the nomenclature might have to be changed, but the truth is, it's not good. And honestly, I don't know. I just feel like they got a lot of stuff to work through. And not only that, not just old Twitter files being exposed. I think also there was a video of, do you say Kamala? Kamala? How do you say it? I always feel so bad. I hear it so many different ways, and I'm uncertain as to which is the correct one.
Kamala. I think I was saying it right. Kamala.
Kamala.
But we can ask Google real quick. Let's take a listen.
Why not?
Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris. And there you go, folks. If you were confused, you are not confused any longer.
Well, Kamala, she had a video back in 2014 of her talking a whole lot of smackaroo about the age group of 18 to 24-year-olds. She was taking some pretty hardcore jabs at them, saying that they're dumb, they're pretty stupid. There's a reason we put them in dormitories and give them a resident assistant because they can't make good decisions and they're untrustworthy. Well, I'm pretty confident that's her main targeted voters at this point. So hopefully that video doesn't go around too much for her and Tim's sake.
Let's roll things over to New York City, where they burned 4 tons of illegal marijuana. Mayor Eric Adams, who oversaw this destruction of marijuana, is doing it to help emphasize the importance of removing these illegal products from circulation. Apparently, they have shut down 1,000 illegal shops, but there are 4,000 still running.
Well, I'm so glad that they got rid of the dirty, nasty marijuana. Too bad they ain't doing nothing about the fentanyl or any of the trank, but that's okay. Also, if humans can't be illegal, how the heck can marijuana be illegal? What you mean, dog? That grew up out of the ground and it was picked by somebody and packaged by somebody else. Now, I understand that there are legalities in place to make sure that as a consumer buying in a legalized state, that you would be able to get a insured product. But I don't know. I feel like focuses are in the wrong spots. Like you need to get that scope elsewhere. But who am I to say? That's why I'm not in politics. That's why I'm on a talk show podcast, babe.
Let's turn it over to the World Health Organization, where they are concerned about the drop in condom use. They did a survey among 42 countries of 15-year-olds who were sexually active. And in 2014, 70% were using condoms, and now in 2022, only 61%. The female population kind of reflects the same numbers.
That's unfortunate. But at the same time, if you finna get popcorn lung, why not grab an STI or two? Shoot, I guess the concern levels are focused elsewhere. And once again, we need to be turning it back to what really matters, which is personal safety and public health. Please wear condoms, especially if you're 15. That's Captain Insano. Like, you really need to get a grip on stuff when you're that young. I mean, the potential for teen pregnancy, the transferring of STDs, or now referred to as STIs. I mean, there's all sorts of problems that can result. So please, everyone, be safe out there and get those numbers of condom use back up. I'm a little disappointed that in 2014 it was only at 70%. Can't we get it north of 85, or does just nobody care?
I mean, I guess nobody really cares. You know who does care, though? The city of Aspen. Apparently, former OG Batman Adam West, he slept with so many women that the city of Aspen banned him for 15 years. So they aren't playing.
Goodness me, they surely aren't. Wow, that's incredible. Adam West, you scandalous man. Yeah, I guess Aspen had to do what it had to do to protect the safety of its people and its slopes. He had to get out of there, had to slide on over to Breckenridge instead.
A random fact, people who repeatedly post workouts on social media are more inclined to have a psychological problem.
I'm not surprised. I mean, look at it. They say the same thing about people who are coated in tattoos. They say that they have higher anxiety, a lot more mental health issues, and all sorts of stuff like that. So if you're posting workout after workout and you're not doing it for actual like content in this fact of like letting people know about health and just actual genuine workouts, I think, yeah, something's a little disturbed about you. We don't need to see you pumping iron, babe. It's really odd. And setting up cameras in a gym is just always been very weird to me. I mean, think about all the smells and just everything in there. You really want to get your phone up in there? I don't, not my thing, but yeah, we can tell they're not always psychologically healthy.
Turning it to some sad news, last week, hockey star Johnny Gaudreau and his brother Matthew passed away after they were hit while biking by someone under the influence. It was right before a wedding, and sadly, Matthew's wife, who is pregnant with his first child, is going through a lot.
I can only imagine. That is so terribly sad. And the fact that it was someone drinking and driving is incomprehensible. Why are people still drinking heavily and getting behind the wheel of a car? Like, it is absolute madness. And not just the drinkers, Nicole. There are people out here on their phone, people out here reading books. I swear to you, I've driven past people with a full book, not even a Kindle, not an audio book, a real live page turning book riding down the highway. So, I mean, what do you expect? If people don't take driving seriously, like, you know, you read those labels that says, do not operate heavy machinery. We all have this random idea we're in a cherry picker or freaking, you know, some big monster truck. No, babe, it's a little random Nissan. Like, it doesn't matter. That is serious biz. Stop drinking and driving, stop texting and driving, and get it together, or we'll take your license. Just kidding. They won't.
I'm an avid biker. Love to just get on my bike with my cousin. And when I heard the news, the first thing that came to my mind is, how is this happening? How is it so easily to just take out a biker? And her response is texting and driving. And yeah, that's probably more likely the case in most hit and runs. But honestly, we're riding in a bike lane and I am seeing mini bottle after mini bottle after mini bottle. And I'm like, okay, yes, drinking and driving is definitely going down on the streets. And please, everyone, be aware and be alert. Is it that much to ask?
It really isn't. It really is not. Also, here's another clue. Doesn't matter if you toss the airplane bottles out of the window. If they pull you over and you blowing, you going, baby. Don't worry about destroying the evidence. That's ridiculous. And you're also a litter bug. Get out of here.
Another sad story. There was another school shooting in Georgia at Appalachia High. Colt Gray, who is 14 years old and said to be one of the youngest mass shooters in this quarter century, took out 2 students and 2 teachers, as well as injured 7 others. His father has been placed under arrest for second-degree murder. Apparently, this past Christmas, his father bought him an AK, and that came after the fact that authorities were already receiving threats of a possible school shooting from the Gray family. So, yeah. They snatched him up because responsibility kind of is in the parents' hand when it comes to purchasing a rifle. And yes, America, you do have the right to bear arms, but also be responsible, lock them up, and they shouldn't be giving guns to kids who are totally unhinged.
Yeah, absolutely not. And you know what, girl? I don't just want to say Colt Gray because that's the killer. Colin Gray was his father, the assistant of the killer, but also the names of the deceased. It was Christian Angulo, Mason Schermerhorn, Christina Irmi, and Richard Aspinwall. 2 teachers, 2 students, 4 unnecessary deaths because people cannot lock up their stuff. And not even just locking it up, lady. It's freaking, he handed him the AR, the assault rifle. He didn't give him a little BB gun. He didn't sure as crap give him a Nerf gun or a water pistol. He gave him an assault rifle. The word is in the name, assault. He wanted to assault people and take them down in a quick manner. That is sick, disgusting, and it actually occurred after the authorities had already spoken with the family and the killer himself. Colin, gentleman, decided he thought it was going to be a good idea to put a gun in the hands of a psychopathic individual. That's why we need to start holding more of these parents and guardians accountable, because it's unreal the amount of this that goes on. Now, people say you need more sanctions, that gun, rights need to be, relooked at. And I'm not necessarily debating that, but we really need to come for someone that is over 18 or over 21 if someone got it and they got it straight from the hands of that person. Punishment needs to come swiftly and justly.
Indeed. But let's turn it all around. We don't want to talk about politics all the time or people dying. Let's turn it to entertainment news. We had the Venice Film Festival kick off this week with stars like George Clooney and Brad Pitt showing face, as well as Joaquin Phoenix, who is starring in The Joker that was set to premiere. Good times over in Italy, but also in Toronto. The Toronto Film Festival kicked off as well. And since we're talking about films, I got to tell you, Britt, I went to theaters last night to see Beetlejuice. I just had to. And for a sequel, I think that Tim Burton, did a pretty good job. He included several elements from the first movie, like the sandworm and just the interesting looking afterlife characters. Beetlejuice, played by Michael Keaton, who is 73 years old and still killing it. Bless his heart. As well as Catherine O'Hara. She is honestly one of my favorites, and she nailed the previous character like she always does. The story is set where there's a tragic occurrence in the family, so they go back to their home and revisit the whole storyline.
That is so awesome. I love Michael Keaton, and I absolutely adore Catherine O'Hara. Tim Burton, he's always been one of my favorites as well, and it sounds like America feels the same. He just got awarded the star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, so very much congratulations to him. And yeah, I haven't seen Beetlejuice, the new one, yet, but I totally want to. You saw it on the actual premiere date. So good. Check you out, girlie.
Yes.
First on the scene.
first one in line. And we can't forget Winona Ryder. She obviously staple for the movie. And also Jenna Ortega. She was in Tim Burton's series Wednesday. And I kind of felt like there was a little influence from the show kind of entwined in Beetlejuice. But the one thing I cannot forget is how great the music was from the original and how they kind of spoofed it up for the second one. So if you don't have this on your watch list, I would definitely tune in. I'd give the original Beetlejuice an 8.0, and then I'd give this maybe a 7.6. It was good, but it wasn't exceeding the original.
It rarely does, Nick. I always think that the originals are better 9 times out of 10, maybe even 9.5 times out of 10. It's very rare that a sequel comes out and it's better than the OG.
Facts. All right, let's wind it down for this episode. Let's visit a dating story. This week, we have a woman who was in a relationship for 4 years with a man. He had originally been separated and divorced from his wife/baby mama and staying with this lady. She said that one day he fell asleep while watching a video and she took it upon herself to take a look at his phone. And she found out that, this guy actually wasn't separated or divorced at all, that he was still actively with this woman. And when this lady went to reach out to the wife, she had absolutely no idea that her husband was even cheating on her.
Wow. More dogs in the mix, eh? It seems like a lot of these dating stories are more horror stories, actually. It's not even just trials and tribulations. It's trash talk on these trash dudes. Also, my thing is, we all know that cheating is bad. Like, it's never, ever good. But could you imagine trying to juggle actual relationships? It's one thing if you take a 50 and you go down on the blade and get you a little something, something. Also very creepy. And please wear a Jimmy cap if you're doing that stuff. But according to WHO, but why would you try to balance like real relationships? Like you have to almost clock in, clock out. This is like having 2 or 3 jobs. Like you're over here at a dance recital. Next thing you're at family dinner at Meemaw's house. Like just get a few 50s together and make something happen, Captain, because this is not it. Well, mind you, cheating is never it. Several relationships? What's going on here?
Yeah, I just don't know how these people have so much time on their hands. It just seems more of a hassle and very stressful. You got people not wearing condoms and then you're banging everybody under the sun. It just seems like a recipe for disaster. And I think these 2 women, I think they're in cahoots now and they're going to turn it around on this gentleman who thinks he has one up on them.
Yeah, he sure as heck don't. And I can't wait for him to get served with a little bit of karma.
Well, that's it for this episode of Britt and Nick. I hope everyone has a great weekend. And do not forget to tune in for the presidential debate. It's going to be a good one, I can tell.
It's going to be something I know.